So Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has appeared once again. The woman who said she was a doctor. It's funny, I was just at an event last night and I was speaking to a woman who actually said she was a life coach. First time in my life I met someone who actually said they was actually a life coach. And I kind of made a joke and I said, you're not like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, are you? And she started getting upset. Not at me, but at what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant did. She said, listen, she could have just said she was a life coach or whatever. She needed to say she was a doctor. She said people should have known you're walking around with a chain that says doctor, earrings that say doc on it. And I was like, you're 100% correct. Well, let's hit play and hear what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, I'm sorry, y'all. I know what y'all want me to say. Cheyenne Bryant has to say. Yes, this is after everything has come out about her. Let's go.
Well, I wish I could give you the tea, but mine's just a little bit tart. That's why it's called Leah's Lemonade here at the Hollywood Unlocked Awards. And I got my good sis, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. How you feeling, sis?
Hi, beautiful. I'm doing wonderful.
Listen, I appreciate your non-give-a-fuckness about how people feel. You get online, you be fine as hell, and you be like, bitch, take it all in.
You know, listen, I care about people.
Yeah.
I just don't care about how they feel about me. That's it.
That guy in the background looking like she about to lie again. The guy walked past like, she about to lie again. Look at her lying.
Your non-give-a-fuckness about how people feel. You get online, you be fine as hell, and you be like, bitch, take it all in.
You know, listen, I care about people.
Yeah.
I just don't care about how they feel about me. That's it. But I care about people. I mean, I'm in a service to people industry.
I was just about to say, isn't it funny how when she said it? It's like she really is there just to serve and help us. I'm here to help y'all. I don't really care if y'all love me. It's like that quote from the Batman movie. It's like, I forget what the quote is. Basically, it's like saying, look, you know, the Dark Knight joint, Christopher Nolan joint, where he was like, you know, somebody has to take the brunt of this, you know what I mean? And I'm the one. I forget how it's worded, y'all, but that's basically what she said. She's like, I'm basically Batman, and somebody has to take the fall for doing good, trying to save Gotham City, and it just happened to be me.
I'm in practice as a life coach. All I do is serve. I'm president NAACP. That is a very service position that's volunteer with no.
Okay, so now we starting to backtrack and rebrand already. I'm in service as a life coach. That's what she said. Why did she say I'm a doctor?
That's it. But I care about people. I mean, I'm in a service to people industry. I'm in practice as a life coach. All I do is serve. I'm president NAACP. That is a very service position that's volunteer with no pay. But I have learned the balance of not giving a damn of what they feel about me, and that's freedom. There's so much freedom in that.
Well,
I gotta say this. Just because you're working, for example, she may work with the NAACP, right? For example, right? That doesn't mean, and maybe she was getting a stipend with her, right? That doesn't mean that you're not getting anything out of that. It's the NAACP, which opens up, which at a high level can open up all kind of doors for you. So don't act like, oh, I was just doing out of servitude. I'm just saying, and it's not to throw a jab at the NAACP at all. I'm saying, but a person can be there. They can have ulterior motives or try to push a brand, and being able to be at the highest levels. And you can meet all kind of celebrities, all kind of stuff, get all kind of gigs from that. So don't act like, oh, it's just, you know, it's like President Donald Trump saying, I'm only the president making $40,000 a year. You know what I mean? I'm the president of the United States, the most powerful nation in the world. Whereas if you look at what actually happened, Donald Trump made more money. Okay, he made more money. A report came out recently said that this man made more money this past year, more money he's ever made in his entire life combined. Okay, he made billions of dollars from a job that only pays $40,000. So what are you talking about, Dr. Cheyenne? But for a person that's not wise, hip to this stuff, they will fall for that lie.
a health advocate, and I know like the internet.
Volunteer with no pay. But I have learned the balance of not giving a damn of what they feel about me. And that's freedom. There's so much freedom in that.
Well, you're a mental health advocate, and I know like the internet, regardless of how strong and you know, self-actualized you are, that shit can eat you up. So how are you like maintaining your mental health when there's so much public criticism about you?
I absolutely agree with you that you got to be built for this. If someone's not vertical in themselves, then this type of stuff, this scrutiny, just this.
I gotta say this too. Why is Cheyenne Bryant wearing that type of outfit again? My thing is this. I gotta say this. It's hard. It'll be hard for me to take. Let's say a woman or man. I'm going to her, right? Woman or man. I'm going to her for advice, right? Especially about my mental health, or let's say your relationship advice, right? I'm not saying she's a dating coach, but she is supposed to help you with life issues. If I'm seeing you out with your chest out like she has her chest out, and has been caught wearing outlandish outfits. To To me, that's like a sign like, just don't listen to that person, okay? Because when you dress like that, you're saying, this is who I am. Look at this, okay? If a guy were to appear at that gala event that she's at, right, and he were to be there with his pants sagging down so you could see his boxers, I'm sure Cheyenne Bryant would say, why are you dressed like that? And he could turn around and look at her and say, why is your chest out like that? Okay, you can see my butt crack. I can see the crack in your chest between your breasts. What's the difference? You understand what I'm saying? Come on now.
Industry, right? This entertainment industry alone could definitely break somebody down and have somebody folding. I always say everybody want it, but most ain't built for it. And so this is why God gives people what they can handle.
Yeah.
But you got
Kind of go in. Somebody online said that they believe that she's gonna now go try to switch into the ministry, y'all. And it seemed like that's the truth. Okay. When in doubt, use God as a prop. That's how a lot of these people look at it. Okay, use God as a prop. Use God as a stool. Let's see. I'm gonna hit play. We're gonna let her talk for a second. Let's see if Cheyenne Bryant has answers for some of these allegations. Okay, that she's been hit with.
folks who want people's position could definitely break somebody down and have somebody folding. I always say everybody want it, but most ain't built for it. And so this is why God gives people what they can handle.
Yeah.
But you got folks who want people's position. They don't want to, they don't want to occupy space.
I'm sorry, y'all. She started lying so much the video started slowing down. I had to pause. Let me hit play. My fault, y'all.
They don't want to, they don't want to occupy space with you.
Yeah.
They want your position. And let me tell you something. Be careful what you ask for, because everybody's position, one, ain't something you can handle, and two, nobody's position is up for grabs. You can't miss what's yours, and you can't take what's somebody else's. So the best thing to do is to either try to occupy space, get up under that person, buy their book, ask some questions, watch their interviews, watch a YouTube, something to learn how they do what they do. But
Do y'all know who that Do y'all know who that person is? Who she's maybe referring to? I wonder who that person could be that she wants you to purchase their items. I wonder who that person could be, y'all.
learn how to be authentically who you are and implement those things about people you admire. And let's continue and start back supporting each other. If you don't like something about somebody, especially another black person or a sister, reach out, share your thoughts. But we can't divide amongst each other.
Yeah.
We can't, attempt to cancel something you can't cancel. You can't fire somebody who worked for themselves.
Honey, you done got the t-shirts and the whole merch line ready to go.
Get
for
the
haters.
merch. It's on shopdrbryant.com. Get the book. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's an ebook and audiobook. Watch the show, In Session with Dr. Bryant. It's on Patreon and in YouTube. You can follow me or not, or you can join our doc squad. Everyone is welcome.
Okay.
The doc squad, y'all. I think people need to pull up more docs on her, okay? As in documents. They need to pull them a whole lot of them on her, and they have. All right. I was talking to this woman at this event yesterday, and she was highly upset about what Dr. Bryant was doing. And as I said before, she gives them a bad look. I'll just say that, black women, gives them a bad look, because already the news loves to report about black women that are involved in scams, different things. I'm not saying that they don't need to be reported on. What I'm saying is that they don't at the same time report on black women. And it's not just the news, like NBC, Fox, whatever. It's even social media. They don't give enough light to black women that are actually doing good things. Okay, many times it's black women shining a light on themselves, okay, and on other sisters, but not just random social media. Shine a light on them and say, look what they're doing. You rarely ever see that, okay. But when Dr. Cheyenne Bryant thing came up, channels of all shapes and sizes and kinds, from white folks to black folks to Hispanic folks, they all looked at Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. But where were they at when black women were doing stuff that was positive? They were nowhere to be found. You understand what I'm saying? So I can see why some women will be mad at her, or that she's shining a dark light on them. And here she is. I truly thought that she was going to take a break, maybe even a year break, just let things die down. She can afford that. She should be able to. All right. But instead, nope, can't do it. Got to come on out to this big event. All right. If someone tries to make a scene, it'll only help me, because at this point she's playing out of Dr. Umar Johnson's book. Play the victim. I'm the victim. I was the one who was wronged. All right. Well, what evidence do you have to prove that I'm not who I am? Well, what evidence do you have, Cheyenne Bryant, that you are who you say you are? My word alone stands to be true. Okay. And no matter what I say I have, if I don't provide any evidence for it, if the school even says, look, she's probably lying, don't believe them, believe me, and continue to send me your money.
haters and all.
The wolves in sheep clothing is welcome everybody. Okay, look at Jesus had 12 disciples, 2 that deceived him. He let them stay, Peter and Judas. So sure, let them stay. You ain't gotta hate.
I don't know if her ministry, how can I say it, y'all? I don't know if her ministry future is gonna be that bright when she just said something right here, which really don't make no daggone sense. She said that let's go back and listen to this again, y'all.
Welcome everybody. Okay, look at Jesus had 12 disciples, 2 that deceived him. He let them stay, Peter and Judas. So sure, let them stay.
He had 2 disciples who deceived him. Well, how did Peter deceive Jesus? Okay. Now, maybe what she means, now Peter did, when they basically tried to arrest Peter, as the Bible explains, Peter basically was like, look, I don't know him, but all the disciples did that. All the disciples ran. But there's one, Judas, who actually told the temple guards, he led the temple guards to where Jesus was at, because they didn't know where he was at night. They didn't know where he was at the time when they got, which is at nighttime. Okay, and he led them to where they were. Peter didn't do that. So why are you saying that both of them, did him dirt? That's not what happened. All right, and she's trying to say, I'm talking about how he turned on them. All of them turned on him when they ran out of fear. Okay, so why is she singling Peter up? Because she doesn't understand the Bible. That's why.
You ain't gotta hang people. They're hang themselves. You know what happened to Judas.
My man came,
You know what happened.
my man came back on purpose, like she lying. She lying. Look at me. Look at his man face. Like she lying. And listen to her. She lying.
Okay, look at Jesus had 12 disciples, 2 that deceived him. He let them stay, Peter and Judas. So sure, let them stay. You ain't gotta hang people. They're hang themselves. You know what happened to Judas. You know what happened to Judas. Jesus gave him the rope of grace, and Judas hung himself because of his shame. I ain't gotta hang nobody. I just gotta show up and be happy. You know what I've learned? If you want to make people mad, do 2 things: be happy, and then get happier. That's it. And the only person that ain't mad is you, because you happy.
So her plan, the plan she's executing now is come out and look happier. Come out and look happier. And of course, mention God. I think she's going to mention God in every. And y'all may say, well, you're doing this to attack black women. No, I'm not. I'm doing this to expose a scammer. It's a simple ass day. Okay? You don't like it? You don't like what I'm talking about? Get off the video. Simple ass day. But thank you for the view. All right? You can put money in my pocket. I'm just being honest with you. All right? So at the end of the day, her plan is to come out, mention God, I'm sure, in every video. By mentioning God, it's like saying you're against God. Okay? Because she was talking about God before this scandal went down. Using God as a stepping stool, which I all the time say on this channel, people love to use God as a stepping stool, scammers do, all right, to make people remember God and all they know about him and all the experiences that they've had, maybe at church or things that God's done for them, and to combine those memories into that person that they're looking at, which is nothing like God. Okay, let's continue.
Well, they put it like that. What do you say to people who say that, like, a lot of people hate you because of how good you look? Do you think there's, like, actual truth to that? Because people say that, like, she look good, that's why y'all don't.
And people, I gotta say this real quick, the people that do what I just said, they're the lowest in society. They're some of the lowest of the low. Okay, they'll use anything and anyone, even God, to prop themselves up. All right, here she is standing here smiling. She know good and well she should have took a seat back, because she has no way to prove that what she's saying is true. She knows she's lying, and she knows by her appearing she's only hurting black women that are in the space that she says that she's in. She doesn't care. She's gonna come out for herself and herself alone. Though she started the interview by saying, "I'm here for in servitude and service to y'all," which is an absolute lie. An absolute lie. And if y'all agree with me, let me know in the comments. Okay, I want to hear what y'all got to say. Maybe make a video again about just from y'all comments alone, what to do from time to time. All right, I want to see how y'all respond. If you're in the field that she says she's in, let me know in the comments also. If you see this video, let's go.
Like her ass. She light skinned.
So do I think jealousy exists? Absolutely. Do I think people have some envious and some jealousy toward me? Of course. That's been going on since high school, since I was a kid, with a lot of different women and people. But I don't want to negate pretty privilege. I don't want to act like that doesn't exist, because it does, right? You have white privilege, pretty privilege, black privilege. You got a lot of different privileges, right? And so am I going to say that maybe at times my pretty privilege, didn't work for me. I'm sure it did. But do I lead with that? No. I'm educated. I'm a successful woman. I have businesses. I have investments. I'm a little girl from the inner city that just happened to do really well. And I always say I went from the hood to the hills, and I worked my butt off to do so. So, did someone see me one day and say, come on?
Now, I'm not going to sit there and lie and say that Cheyenne Bryant has not worked her way to get where she's at. But the issue is this. It's a way that a person can work that can hurt others. There's a way a person can work that can be evil. Once again, let's go back to Donald Trump. All right, Donald Trump is a man that has put in a lot of work. But the work, he really has. Okay, anyone says he's put in a lot of work. He's done a lot of lying over the years. He's done a lot of threatening. He's done a lot of sexually immoral stuff also. Okay, I'm sure he's done a lot more than we even could imagine. Okay, but he put in some serious work. Okay. I mean, she likes to come out the Bible. Let's come out the Bible. The Bible says that the wicked can't go to sleep until they make somebody stumble. Meaning that people that are wicked and evil, they busy. Okay? They busy doing, they can't even get a good night's sleep unless they cause something bad to happen, unless they cause someone to fall into some type of error or some type of sin or to mess somebody's life up. She can't. For all we know, the way Cheyenne Bryant is, she may not be able to get to sleep until she lies to somebody. Until she tells somebody that she's super accredited and all this kind of stuff. Just to being honest with you, that's what it's coming out the Bible, the book that she says that she coming from also.
You can come through the door, you can cut the line, I'm sure. But once I got in the door, once I cut the line, what sustained me? It had to be my intellect, it had to be my character, it had to be my integrity, my ability to sustain relationships, my ability to have people like me enough to want to work with me.
My ability to sustain relationships. If you watch the Paul Pierce interview, and which I also did a video on, you will see that she said she had a relationship. She actually was in a relationship, with a kid that was 10 years younger than her. So she's like, at that moment, around that time, she was maybe like 42, 41 years old when she did the interview. Around that age range. So the guy was like 31, maybe, okay, 30. All right. It's not wrong for someone dating somebody that's 10 years younger than her. 10 years younger than them, okay? But she's doing that. And she said she basically was just using this kid as like a sex toy, okay? That's basically what she said. All right. So she uses somebody 10 years younger than her that has less wisdom in the game. All right. Because she said not only that, but she went on to talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, about how she had a man who she would be naked around the guy and be in the bath with the guy naked, but wouldn't not sleep with the guy. Okay. And of course, this is a Christian channel. We don't promote or push sex before marriage. Okay. But in the instance with her, it's bad on saying that talking about relationships. That's bad on two fronts. One. And she was saying this in front of a pastor when she said this also. Okay, check the video on my page if you've ever seen it. Okay, she's saying this in front of a pastor, saying that was something that you should do. It's for singles to get in baths with each other and get naked in front of each other, but not sleep with each other. Number one, you're putting your body in the Bible terms, church terms, we call it your flesh. You're putting your flesh in a position where it can easily be tempted because you're naked and unnecessarily tempted also. It's not even necessary for you to do something like that. Okay, but she was saying, no, it's necessary. It's necessary. All right, to be naked in front of your spouse, in front of your girlfriend or boyfriend, excuse me, but don't sleep with each other. And she said that creates discipline. That's literally what she was saying. She said it creates discipline. All right, she was giving the guy blue balls, and he had to go sleep with somebody else because that's probably what happened, most likely because of her behind. But he went back to her. All right, and I'm just stupid, just stupid advice. All right, so bad it makes you wonder if she intentionally just said this just to hurt people. Advice is just that terrible, that bad. These are the relationships that she's talking about that she had. Okay, I just want to fill you guys in on that if you don't know that. All right, I'm not saying that to bash her, but I'm saying it because she's talking about having great relationships at XYZ. Paul Pierce is asking her, why would you do it to a guy? Even I wouldn't do it to a woman. Even I want to hold someone online. She basically was saying that she's not serious with the guy, and she said something like he wanted to be serious, but she didn't want to, and this and that. But she held on to the guy. And she was being intimate with the guy. This is I think another guy or the same guy at a different point in the relationship. Okay, now I actually think it was a different guy. Okay, when she was talking about the young kid. Okay, and basically at the end of the day, she was being intimate with the guy. Paul was saying how you have the guy, you sleep with him and then you tell him to leave. You sleep with him and you tell him to leave. You sleep with him and tell him to leave. And she didn't deny none of that. Okay, so she was saying, yeah, I do that, but hey, that's what I can do. All right.
Me there to do partnerships with me. I didn't build this by myself. You can't build anything by yourself.
Come on.
I built this with people who respect me, love me, like me, and truly fuck with me.
Well, listen, sister, okay. Open case, close, close the case. Well, again, let everybody know where they can follow you, keep up with you if they haven't seen Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
If y'all don't know what
Okay, we know where to follow her, okay? Where we're going to follow her is to the court, to the show American Greed. Hopefully Stacey Keach can be there to make sure he can say, on today's episode of American Greed, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant said that she was a doctor, but in actuality, she was nothing more than a scammer. But that's what we want to see. That's what I want to hear, okay? That's what we're following her for to hear. All right. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to help this channel out, okay, y'all, the best way you can help this channel out is to share this video. You have social media? Share this video that I just put out. Hit the like button, please, okay? That's the way y'all can help me the most, okay? 'Cause I'm a small YouTube channel. Some of my videos get hit, some don't. But my videos got a lot of heart. I put a lot of work in my videos, y'all. All right? And my videos, in my opinion, are some of the best on YouTube when it comes to breaking down people and stuff and giving wisdom, especially godly wisdom, all right? But I don't have a lot of views as other people do. For whatever reason, YouTube doesn't want to push my stuff. But you guys can help in that way by sharing this video. Thanks for watching. God bless. Peace.